Come on in, come on in. It's all about you time. It's all about you time. We're talking about relationships today. Relationships. We're so excited that we are in the relationship series. I appreciate you guys actually allowing me some time to get myself together last week. The on June the 25th, we talked about overstepping boundaries. We also talked about on July the 2nd, we talked about lack of communication. And on July the 9th, we talked about bedroom freedom. So if you guys have missed those, make sure you go to my page and look at those. But tonight, we're going to talk about non-focus on marriages. Some of the biggest issues in relationships is because there is no focus on the relationship. What we're finding is that there's a focus on bills, that there's a focus on providing, there's a focus on the kids, there's a focus on the job, but there isn't a focus on your marriage. So we want to make sure that you understand that sometimes the reason why you're having an issue is because there's not a focus on your marriage. Well, what would some focusing look like on your marriage? If you think about when you first met your mate and how you just thought about them all the time, like everything that you do, it was just like, I wonder what they doing. I wonder what they doing. I wonder what's going on. See, we have to look at the fact that sometimes we're not putting any focus or attention on our marriages because we've gotten a little complacent, especially if we've been married a long time. So putting focus back on your marriage is really key to lighting the fire again, falling in love again, and having fun again in your marriage. So let's talk about some things. Why don't you just text your spouse out of the blue? Let them know you're thinking about them. And if you haven't done that in a while, try doing that, once or twice throughout the day. Just let them know, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being my spouse. Thank you so much for putting up with me. I honor and appreciate all that you do. And name some things that maybe they've done that you didn't say thank you and you really should have, but you can always go back and say thank you. So just know that non-focus on your marriage is one of the key elements that keeps a marriage going downhill. All right, so here's some other things to focus on. Focus on your spouse's good. What do they do that's good? Don't focus on everything that they do wrong. If they are doing some things wrong, communicate and make sure that they're aware, but make sure that you're focusing on what they do good, because truly what you focus on is what you'll get. I even noticed that anytime I'm highlighting and excited about all the good things that my kids are doing, guess what they want more of, and guess what they do more of? They do the good things. Same thing with your spouses. When you congratulate them when they're winning, whether it's on the job or if they own their own business and they get a new client, when you congratulate them, that's wonderful. When something good happens for them, make sure they know that you are proud of them, that you love them. And, if jealousy does come into play, you're going to have to put your jealous spirit on notice that that's not a place in a marriage. If your spouse is doing well and you're not doing well, don't be jealous of your spouse. You got to be big. You got to make sure that you focus on them and congratulate them and encourage them, because when it's your time to do good, you want to make sure that they're going to have the same reaction towards you. So don't be jealous. Make sure that you are encouraging them and letting them know how proud of them you are. Billy Barber says you got to be bigger than that. You also create what you focus on. And so I agree wholeheartedly that you just have to focus on the one you love. Trust me, the grass always looks greener on the other side. Always. But if you focus on your grass, if you fertilize your grass, if you cut your grass, if you make sure you weed eat your grass, then your grass will look good to you too. But if you don't have a focus on the marriage, if you don't have a focus on your mate, and if your thoughts are not surrounded by your mate, and everything that you do has something to do with how can you make their life better and how can you make them feel great, then it's going to be an issue. Nobody likes to be taken advantage of. Nobody likes to be treated like they expect, or you expect them to do certain things and that you're not grateful. Nobody likes that. So just make sure that you're grateful for your spouse. You tell them and you show them. Make sure that they know all the good things about themselves that you see. Don't just always tell them the bad, because I promise you, we can always tell them the bad stuff, okay? But we don't want to do that. We want to talk to them positively. And if you're not getting the behavior that you're wanting for your spouse, there's a reason. So what we got to do is make sure you're focusing on the good. Everybody in the world wants three things: appreciation, admiration, and love. Did you hear what I said? Appreciation, admiration, and love. And if you can give your spouse those three things and making sure that they know how important they are to you, I promise you, you will be able to bring back that fire in a relationship. I mean, when you guys are intimate, it'll be at a whole nother level because you're intimate and you're willing to just show how much you love and appreciate someone. Don't be not focusing on your marriage and focusing on, again, your job, focusing on the kids, focusing on money, focusing on bills. Those aren't the things you focus on in a marriage. You focus on each other so that all the other things will work out. So listen, next week we're going to talk about emotional cheating. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, because emotional cheating is another thing that kills relationships. And there's nothing wrong with cheating. Just cheat with your spouse. There's nothing wrong with, you acting like you with somebody else, just as long as it's still your spouse. So may get some costumes, may get some, different arenas or different surroundings. There's nothing wrong with pretending as long as it's with your spouse. We're going to talk about that next week. But thanks for tuning in to It's All About You. And thank you so very much for supporting my ministry, for supporting my coaching, and for tuning in the way y'all have been tuning in. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the fact that people are like, Sharon, where are you? I miss you. Where are you? What you doing? And just to know that I matter to you is awesome, because you matter to me. So I'll be sending you some more information. Make sure if you missed out on setting boundaries, lack of communication, and bedroom freedom, go back and watch those videos as well. But I want to thank you for tuning in tonight to It's All About You. Have a great night.